If philosophy is responsible for defining the nation's soul, and the humanities would be in charge of nurturing our hearts, then social scientists should be the ones responsible of shaping our minds. That is the effort of all these relevant disciplines. We should remember Dr. Loretta Makasiar Sicat as a humble, supportive advocate of, for lack of a better term, Filipinizing mergers of at least two political sciences, and at best the merger of all, Filipinization of the merger of all social sciences.
Professor Sicat was the first female chairperson of the department and the first and only one to get her PhD in political science from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. She actively promoted the advancement of political science in the country. She served as president of the Philippine Political Science Association and editor of the association's journal, the Philippine Political Science Journal. Professor Sicat was also an active member of the International Political Science Association, or IPSA.
She was already one of the more highly respected members of the department, having graduated or finished her PhD from MIT. That was quite something that was celebrated within the department. And of course, her work, particularly on methods and theory, was something that I think a number of members of our faculty, especially at the senior level, recognized in terms of her of who she was, and what her main contribution as a political scientist were.
In recognition of her pioneering introduction of that field, our department itself, the department began to introduce actually and require more quantitative-oriented courses na revive din yung Philippine Political Science Journal. And the Philippine Political Science Journal, since about siguro mga almost 10 years now, has become an internationally peer-reviewed journal, Scopus,
In the 70s, she had a big role reviving the Philippine Political Science Association and reviving and strengthening the journal. How important it is. I think one of her lasting legacies for political science in particular is to make sure that yearly we have an annual conference and we need to have a journal. This is a continuation and a tribute of the work that Dr. Loretta Makasiar Sicat has started in promoting and developing social science research in the Philippines.
The building that is a monument to who you are, and your legacy to the social sciences speaks for itself. But I would like to thank you personally for inspiring me, for heading me into a path that made me the kind of scholar that I am today. I owe to you maybe my humility in what I do, because I saw that in you. And thank you for being a good teacher who cared for her students. And thank you for living your life so well that we will remember you forever. Thank you very much, Mama. Thank you for your legacy.
The LMS Prize for the Social Sciences is an important grant, particularly for graduate students. So graduate students who are preparing their thesis and doctoral students who are preparing their dissertation will really benefit a lot from this.
How did the LMS award come to be? How was it conceived? I think that's an interesting thing because we never even thought about it. One of my children, Michelle, she wanted to honor her mother. She asked me, Dad, these resources I have can help support some scholarships. Perhaps we can have connected to PSSC because your mother worked at PSSC. And so we asked the PSSC whether they were interested in it. And pretty soon, Dr. Portus, who is the executive director, thought it was a very good idea to have an LMS award in the social sciences. And we discussed this in the course of several months, and we came up with a conception of having an award given substantially using the resources that Michelle had to be given as reward, and to be sure that it helps propagate the relevance of the Philippine Social Science Council in the promotion of social sciences in the country.
Well, to me, the Loretta Makasiar Sicat Prize is an expression of love. The love of a daughter to a mother, the love of a family to its matriarch. So it recognizes and honors the legacy of a social scientist. And this will actually expand PSSC's efforts to really promote the social sciences and to expand its support to social scientists.
Establishing the awards is a way of showing or letting people know how important the work my mom has started is to the profession, to social sciences, to the community and the Philippines in general. The idea of coming up with the LMS awards is really just to encourage people to continue working towards the improvement of the social sciences. My understanding of my mom's work, it wasn't only political science, it was really the social sciences in general. And she got a lot of people working together, helping out, understanding cultures, how people behaved and how people could work together to be able to improve at the community level. The awards would actually, or hopefully, inspire our young people to pursue that kind of thinking.
We really acknowledge that thesis and dissertations are good sources of information because they are reviewed by technical experts and there are academics to really look into the framework, into the methods, into the manner in which the research is conducted.
Ang kagandahan ng award na yon, it encourages students who are writing their thesis to actually aspire to do a very good thesis, which is, I think that's the point behind the award. So the award is really about trying to make students aware of a particular standard, that they have to aspire to, in writing their thesis, So in that sense, it still goes back to the legacy of trying to insist on academic excellence, as part of what she tried to bring into the department when she was actually teaching there.
She paid particular attention to methods, to the methodology, the arguments. I think in a way that helped a lot of us try to be very careful in the way we write, even if we're focusing on different specializations, different areas of interest. This special award named after her is a very good tribute to her for her contributions. It's a way of recognizing her as one of the people instrumental in the continued relevance of social sciences and pushing the role of the social sciences as relevant not only in academia but also in in policymaking and in Philippine society and the region as well. But at the same time, also the grant is also a way of continuing her legacy.
The award itself, given the reputation of the person of which the award is being named after, should send a very positive signal to younger researchers, that they should try to keep up with the high levels of scholarship, associated with the name of the grantor, in this case, Professor Sicat or the family,
I was really happy to know about the Loretta Makasiar Sicat Prize Award for the Social Sciences. I think that through this, many of our young social science and particularly political science scholars will get to know Professor Loretta Makasiar Sicat. Through this prize, I hope that her legacy of excellent scholarship and dedicated service to the social science disciplines will continue and will be passed on to the younger generation of social science scholars.
The objectives of the LMS award are threefold. One is that we want to promote the social sciences by rewarding deserving graduate students who've produced outstanding dissertations or theses. Second is really want to help broaden the PSSC's impact. And third, quite frankly, I want to honor the legacy and the contributions of my mother, Loretta Makasiar Sicat. She paved the way to make PSSC the foremost institution in promoting the social sciences in the Philippines. The Loretta Makasiar Sicat Award is open to any graduate student who has written and completed a dissertation or a thesis. And this has a significant monetary award, probably one of the more significant awards that are out there.
Each work that won is a building block towards the promotion of more studies that elevate social science analysis in the Philippine context.
That is why in this Loretta Makasiar Sicat program, there should be a dissemination of the results of the project. So there will be a forum or maybe a webinar that will be organized by PSSC to make sure or to ensure that the knowledge that was created by the thesis and dissertation is disseminated to a larger public. This project is really enduring in the sense that that social scientists are not really very much recognized. Through this Loretta Makasiar Sicat Prize, we will really be giving recognition to social scientists.
I am not the one who's spearheading this. I am supporting my sister and my dad who are spearheading it. Wholeheartedly support it, obviously.
The idea that you honor work undertaken by scholars, young scholars, and recognizing them, giving them sufficient amount of recognition through the selection of their money and giving them not an inconsequential price for it would be a good jerk of support for the social sciences in the Philippines. That, I think, is the main point.
She would never have named the award after herself. That's another thing. My mom was the most humble person ever. She was always emanating outwards, never kind of elevating herself. So this is really interesting that it's named after her, and of course we love that it's named after her. But she herself would never have wanted it to be named after her. You know, I can just see that. So,
she was always explaining to us how important it was to consider how people or how lives are impacted by what is happening around the environment that we are living in. The values that she shared with us throughout her life in great thinking of helping others in whatever way we can, whether it's small or big, it didn't really matter. Even if we're just individuals, how we can make a difference in other people's lives. That would be the essence of helping others and the social sciences.
I encourage those who have completed their master's thesis and their dissertation to submit your thesis and dissertation to LMS Prize Award for the Social Sciences. This is a prestigious award, and it will really lend fame and honor not only to you, but also to the legacy of Loretta Makasiar Sicat.